Hi good lovers, welcome back to the channel. It is another week of long time no see, isn't it? I know I've been really busy for the last few weeks. Work is really busy, which is quite nice, keeping me on my toes. But back to the allotment today, and today's plan is to try and tidy up a bit because this place looks like a complete disaster. So one of the exciting things is that we've got a few more people joining us. So the couple over there moved into these allotments I think last year. I've got a few people behind us that look like they've done quite a few work, but these guys over here, they've just moved in, moved into the allotment. It's nice, but it also leaves me realising that their allotment already looks really tidy and mine looks really, really messy. So what I've decided to do is today I'm going to spend some time tidying up. I've got a few bits to do. So the tank in the polytunnel got destroyed, so I've got a new one, which is good. It's going to go in. I've also got one of my pumps that I've charged up because apparently that went dead. Found that out. So that's got to go in. The wind destroyed the tank. One of the boards fell over and smashed it, which was so much fun. I've got my strimmer with me today, so I'm going to do some strimming. I've got some lunch, thankfully. What else have I got? Oh yes, I've got a brand new, quite excited about, battery powered drill. What excited about this? Well, not drill, sorry, saw. I always get those two things wrong. I call it a drill, it's not, it's a saw. So this, I'm going to use today to make some raised beds. I think you can see them just there. I've kind of put the cardboard down already. And there's also a pallet there, which I'm going to pull apart. I'm going to put that down as well. So I'm hoping to make my last two raised beds today. I've got some compost and some topsoil. There's only enough in there for one raised bed, so I need to go and get some more at some point. So that's mine on my plans. So it's nice and sunny, which is weird because it's been raining in the UK since about September. And it's also not too windy, which I don't want to say too loud. Although I have put my very fancy wind muff on the microphone. Yes, I saw you laughing at wind muff. I know, it's funny. So yeah, that's what my plans are today. I think the first thing I'm going to go and do is sort out the pump in a polytunnel. So I shall take you along with me for the ride. So as you can see, I have put a second strap on the polytunnel, so it's now got two straps on it. That's because all of the ties inside, so these bits here, have all come off the poles. So literally the only thing holding that cover on at the moment is these two straps. When we move, we might look at getting another decent polytunnel, but apart from that, this one's alright right now. So let's go in and sort this tank out. So I've had to do an emergency tank just there because the the wind blew this board over and has completely smashed this box, which is a bit of a pain because that was where the water was going. So that's alright, it just means I've got to do a new one. And that's what I bought. You can see it out there. Okay, I bought it in B&M, so I will sort that out in a minute. And these ones here, they're like 100% recyclable, so I'll just take it home, give it a wash and pop it in the recycling. So what have we got growing? Things are looking a bit sad. These are supposed to be tomatoes, but they look a bit on the sad side. I don't know what's going on with those. Yeah, tomatoes. Some more sad looking tomatoes. I wonder if they got hit by frost or something. Sure, they were alright yesterday. Got some more tomatoes. This is supposed to be a chilli plant. That is definitely not a chilli plant. That looks like some kind of weed. Fix that in a minute. What have we got here? Spring onions. Yep, these are spring onions, so they're doing really well. I'm going to leave them for a bit longer. These got a bit waterlogged, so I'm going to actually just sort this out today because I think anything's going to grow in here today. What have we got? A few other things. Turnips. That's a little turnip seedling going on there. Doesn't look like turnips are growing elsewhere. I really flooded with these with water yesterday because the tank hadn't worked properly. So I've got some parsnips. I'm not very good at germinating parsnips. There must be some sort of trick to it that I don't know. Peas. These are freshly planted, so they're obviously not come up yet. Loads of different stuff. I've got squash and courgettes. More squashes, more courgettes. Quite exciting. I believe that's radishes down there. Parsnips there, which again, not germinating. Got some more chilli plants. Looking really good. Zoom in a bit, you can see them there. Ooh, very exciting. Other things. Some more tomato plants that don't appear to have come up yet. I think these are celery plants, which is good. I've got tomatoes that are actually looking pretty good. these ones, they're looking alright. I'm going to leave them in there for a bit. More spring onions. Some turnips that have got a bit flooded, so I need to sort them out. What else we got? Some more chilies, I think, over there. So yeah, loads of bits. There's some brassicas down there. More chilies. All sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's not looking too bad in here. And this is not a bottle of Coca-Cola. What this is a bottle of worm pea from our worm compost, which we've got a video on, so I'll link that below. But yeah, a little bit of worm pea there, and I've been putting it in the water to give it a bit of a boost. But that bucket is now going to be transferred into that bucket, and I'm going to go fill it up with some water in a second. So let me do that. Almost forgot this. Well, these plants are really good. They're definitely not waterproof, so don't pour stuff into the tank while you've still got the pumpkin in. Top tip. I really like these pumps that I've got set up in the polytunnel. It's definitely not a process that is completely, effort-free. Like everyone kind of goes, set the pump and leave it and see how it goes. It's definitely not that, and it does take kind of constant effort to make sure it's actually working, but it does mean that I know that my polytunnel is being watered when I'm not around, as long as the batteries are full. I found out that apparently I can't charge it from one of my power banks, which I thought I could, which I tried to do the other day when I was in the polytunnel, came back a couple of days later and everything was bone dry when it'd actually been quite warm. So yeah, that wasn't the greatest thing, but they do work most of the time, and I'm really glad that I've got them set up, even if it does look like a bit of a crazy setup. I am aware of that. So, just as a note for these pumps here, these little pumps here, they're really, really, really great. I absolutely love them. One thing I'm finding is this sort of tubing, slightly wider, works absolutely brilliantly as a kind of a supply tube. So I've got that carrying all the water around, whereas these little tubings, these ones, work better as like the final delivery tube. So like these, so it goes in there, and it's just going to drop water into the bottom there. Oops, hang on, you can just see it there. So this is going to drop water into the bottom there and keep that all topped up, which is nice. They're all topped up anyway because I filled them up really well yesterday because they hadn't been watered for a week, which didn't really help. But one thing I am finding is that because these tubings are a little bit wider, see if I can get that into focus. There you go. Because this tubing's a little bit wider, it is tending to pop off quite a bit. So I'm kind of having to, you can just about see it there. I'm having to kind of zip tie it on, which is a bit of a pain. It's not something I'd really like to do. I want to try and minimise my plastic in the greenhouse, but at the same score, it's one of those need-to-must things, isn't it? So, good. So I'm just going to set that to 1 day, 45 seconds, and hopefully it will start in a second. We'll start to see everything should be working fairly well. So you can see that this is dripping a little bit. It's a bit of a pain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the tank over. So it's just going to collect the drip now, to be honest. But I need to stay on there. I'm actually going to stop it because I know it's working, but they're all really well watered, so I don't need any more for the minute. Good. So that's my job and gear done for the day. Let's just go and do everything else. You can see as well the wind is going really, really badly still. It's a bit of a pain, but never mind. It is Mother Nature for us. Right, let's go and do the rest of the allotment. So you can kind of see what I mean. At the moment, it looks a bit messy, untidy, and a little bit overgrown. This bit's really difficult because it's got loads of brambles in it, so I might actually have to go and get a bush cutter and just start making my way through it. But you can see like a lot of weeds and stuff growing here. I want to just tidy it up a little bit. If I take you through to the rest of what we're looking at. So, like that. There is where my new raised bed's going to go. And also I'm going to have another one here as well. The pallet is doing nothing apart from just sitting on the floor at the moment. Oh no, you can see my radishes. Hang on, let me zoom in. Look, how cute are they? They're all growing, they look quite happy. A-degree plant actually, it's good. So, yeah, we've got bits there, I kind of put that cardboard on there to kind of half stop the wind, or the half stop the weeds. That is the remnants of my old shelter. Just kind of dumped a pallet on it to try and keep it down and not fly anywhere. But yeah, as you can see, it just looks a bit untidy. So I'm going to spend some time just tidying it up, making it look nice. That's my plan. One of the funniest things about gardening with ADHD is that you're never quite sure what project you're going to do at any one point in time. Like, I spoke to some friends of mine today when I came down to the allotment, and they were like, oh, what have you got plans to? I was like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And bless them, I'm pretty sure they were smiling nicely at me like, yeah, you're not going to do all that today. But no, I did some bits and pieces that I wanted to do. But yeah, it's definitely a case of trying to stay on one task, which is not something I can do. Incidentally, this bag of screws always makes me laugh because I'm pretty sure I'm turning into my dad. My dad has always been one of those people that has random screws just kept around the house, just randomly, and keeping all the old screws. And I'm pretty sure I'm turning into him because I don't even think I use new screws in anything anymore, which I'm pretty sure he would be quite proud of. These raised beds are fairly easy to put together, to be honest. A little bit of drilling, a little bit of screwing, and they're in. I don't expect them to last ages, and they're definitely not as pretty as some of the other raised beds on the allotment, but you know what, they work, they do a fairly good job, and they do help you kind of separate out the gardening that you're doing. Pretty sure I'm putting actually too many screws in these. They probably don't need to be held together that well, but seems to work so far, and all of the beds I've got in so far are doing a really good job. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them, and I really like the way they're laid out, and being that they're all 10 foot by 4 foot beds makes it a lot easier for me to plan as well. And I love planning in the garden. So, bed is done, which is quite cool. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would, so I think I'm only going to do one today. This is why my allotment looks such a mess, because I'm like, I have loads of plans, and I get one thing done, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. But I am actually going to just do a bit of remedial tidying up. I'm going to put that into place, and I want to get it filled up with the compost and the topsoil mix that I've got. That should fill it up as much as will be necessary this season. But yeah, so I'm going to get that into place, and then I'm going to do some strimming. I do have some really pretty flowers, which I'm going to show you in a second. I've just noticed they're by my pond, so we'll have a look in a sec. But yeah, so that's my plan, and let's get this into place. I'm really pleased with the tidying job I actually did in the end. When I turned up at the allotment, I was just looking at it thinking, God, it looks so untidy and so messy, especially when I've got an allotment next to me that looks really, really pretty, really well organised. An allotment opposite that looks really, really pretty, really, really well organised. And then the new people that have moved in the next door to us, they are all painting everything, making it look nice, and they've got lots and lots of time to do all that. And yeah, I'm just looking at mine like, oh dear, it looks really messy, but hopefully this bit of tidying up at least made me feel better about my allotment. So, as you can see behind me, this bed is sorted, which is nice. I need some more compost in it because I've not got quite enough compost. I've done loads of trimming, which I'm going to show you in a second. And just over there, off camera, you can't see it, is where my compost area is. I've kind of blocked that in with a couple of the leftover pallets, so that looks quite nice at the moment. It's quite useful. Behind the camera is a load of mess that I've not sorted out yet, so I'm not going to show you that bit. You know, the stripping bit looks really nice. I've organised out some wood. I don't know if you can see that. I'll show it to you in a second. I've organised out some wood that is going to be for my shelter. It's 4 pieces of length of wood. No, 5 pieces of wood in a little different way. That's a bit of a problem. I've got to get that sorted out, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I've also organised my wood pile. That looks nice and tidy now. So yeah, I've got a few starts to plant out. That's what I'm just about to do, and I've got a few other bits and pieces to plant out. Other than that, I'm almost done for the day. I will give you a lovely little allotment tour when I'm finished, I promise. Although yes, I did promise to show you a allotment tour after I finished. I did actually completely not be able to record it, which is a bit of a pain because I didn't empty my SD cards before I actually started recording down at the allotment, so they were full when there was me thinking I was showing you around the allotment. So you will just have to come back, I suppose. This is probably a good time for me to mention, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and all of those things down below. But yeah, come back and hopefully there will be a nice allotment tour for you at some point. Yeah, it is beginning to look quite nice actually, and hopefully things are growing. You can see that's my garlic and onion bed, that's doing quite well. Watering it up nicely. I haven't quite got those irrigation pipes all sorted out yet, that's why I'm kind of still wandering around with a hose. But yeah, no, it's doing fairly well. The peas are going quite well. The broad beans got hit with a little bit of frost. But hopefully they'll be alright. I'm trying that Charles Dowding method of just covering everything in fleece while it's still cold, and it's really, really cold in the UK at the moment. But hopefully it's warming up a bit. It does look so much better now. It looks so much neater. I'm very, very proud of it. Probably doesn't look any different to you, but it does definitely to me. And that's what counts. Look at those radishes. So proud of them. And that raised bed definitely needs more compost. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one left here at the allotment. It is now, oh goodness me, 6:15. Poor old G's been at home all day on his own. He's alright, he's been painting fences, he's quite happy as far as I'm aware, and he'll be making dinner, which is his happy place. The allotment is not G's happy place, but being at home definitely is, and cooking definitely is. So as much as I share lots of stuff that we cook on my Instagram page, well, it's when I'm allowed to get in the kitchen, which is sometimes few and far between. No, I've had a good day today. It's been pretty good. I've organised quite a lot of stuff today. I'm feeling a little bit more positive with it all. When I said a few weeks ago that I always do a bit more mindful gardening, I have been really aware of how I'm feeling when I'm down at the allotment. And to be honest, the last few times I've been down here, I've just been feeling a bit bloody miserable because it's been a bit windy and rainy and miserable and muddy. It's just been a bit of a nightmare. But this weekend has actually been fairly warm, quite dry, which has been lovely. And yeah, it's made the world a difference, I've got to say. So if we're thinking about mindfulness, I feel very, very mindful that today I've had a really good day. It's definitely my happy place. So yeah, I'm pretty much done for the day. I've got a couple more bits to do, but other than that, yeah, I'm pretty much done. And I've had a lovely time. So I'm going to make my way home, go and have a bath, have whatever G's cooked for dinner, which would be lovely. And then, yeah, snuggle up on the sofa, enjoy it, me, G and the boy. That'll be Dilly, the dog. And yeah, we'll have a lovely evening, which will be quite nice to look forward to. It has been a good day. I hope everybody else is doing all right. I know the last few months in the UK have been a bit miserable, rainy, cold, very, very windy, and that's not exactly a gardener's best time, is it? But with any luck, we have got the turning of tides, and I can definitely see the weather's turning as well when there's some more flowers that are coming out and you can hear the birds singing, which is really lovely. And so it's 6:15 now, probably got about an hour or so before sunset. Sun's right in my eye. That'd be so much better, but I know that's not really as good for you guys. But yeah, if I do that, oh, that's much better. But yeah, so I'm just going to do the extra couple of bits I've got to do and do some watering because everything's a bit dry. And then I'm going to go home. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely to have you along. I know it's been a bit of a quiet video, just kind of chilling out, watching me do bits and pieces. But hopefully you're beginning to see the nice transformation of the allotment. It doesn't quite look like the desolate wasteland that it was, which is always nice. But yeah, it has been lovely to have you along. Please consider subscribing. I really hate asking people that, but most people who watch this aren't actually subscribed, which is a bit sad. But it'd be really nice if you were. I'd like it. I'm pretty sure you'd like it. And if you want me to go over anything, if you've got any questions, let me know. Maybe I'll address it in a future video. Anyway, thanks for coming along. It's been lovely to have you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.